And now putting pressure on John Florence to perform as we continue with round one action. Florence wearing the Jeep yellow jersey, #1 in the world, taking on Coffin, the rookie from Santa Barbara, and Joan Duru, the local wild card.
Yeah, that was definitely a freak wave. Let's have a look. Joan Duru up and riding.
Nice deep, stretched out bottom turn, tags invert. Now climbs over the whitewater. Jams it off the lip real quick. Little blow tail off the top, and now he's just putting that one together. So Duru, local boy, just keeping that rhythm going.
So takes the lead. Let's have a look. Nice big low, deep bottom turn from Joan Duru, straight up through the lips. A nice connection right there. I like the way he takes his time. He doesn't really force the issue. Lets the wave control the pace of play, and just multiple turns from Joan Duru. So great technique there, real solid kid.
France was a very crucial stop for Andy's world title campaigns every year.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and that's the thing with Andy. When the pressure was down, he never really felt it.
John winding up for a big air. He's able to keep his board under his feet for the full rotation. Unbelievable skill set, just able to land that, but not the best looking wave on the inside.
Really just an amazing technique that John has to pull those maneuvers off.
Let's see what happened here, Potts.
Yeah, you can see him, he's eyeing it out right there, connects perfectly, flies through there. Watch that front foot, it detaches completely and then lands back on it. And where he's standing on the board right now is right up the front. Look how far, he's almost hanging 5 there, and manages to pull that off. Cat-like balance there from John. I can't wait to see where this goes. I mean, what are the judges going to think about that? It's a one-turn wave, one maneuver wave, but definitely the most exciting turn so far.
Now Joan Duru winding up, setting up his backhand once again where he got the 717 before. Now getting a little section to pull in. He'll make it. Now the wild card reaching for a finishing move, and he ends up going down.
That's what it's going to take to win a heat, that's for sure. Let's have a look. Joan Duru made a little bit of mistake here. Watch his bottom turn. He's looking for the lip, catches the rail, and what it does is it just puts him in that perfect slot to get the barrel. So turned a negative into a positive through that wave. That's great insight there from Joan Duru.
Now setting up a left-hander, Coffin carves it. Great timing. Such a calm, beautiful style. And he'll end up just running out of room on the inside. Connor had a 1.33 before that. He's looking for an 8.01.
In that slow motion replay, I mean, watch the front foot. This is what amazes me with John. It's all feel. You can see him eyeing out that section. It's a real fat wave, so it's not going to give him a lot of projection. This is all his own ability. Look at that front foot. Almost loses it completely, but then somehow manages to connect. I mean, that in itself is just absolutely amazing. And then there's that little stumble right there, and I think that's where the judges are kind of deeming this a messy landing. But in the sense of making that thing, it's the balance, the technique, the coordination, the ability, the core strength that comes into pulling something like that off is absolutely amazing. For me, that's probably one of the best 4.67s I've ever seen.
It's incredible to see go down. Live action now, Joan Duru. Deep bottom turn, a crispy looking carve right off the lip. Nice tight projection snap. Wants to cover some ground. Another rooftop hack for the local boy as he'll finish off. He's able to celebrate another great wild card performance.
Not too many mistakes. Nice, clean, solid surfing. And he's just left down here by himself. Beautiful bottom turn. Nice turn off the top. Caught a bit of a rail right there, so one mistake, but sort of came back real strong, didn't he, Joe? Finished off nicely, so nice closeout maneuver. Clean surfing for him, the crowd love it.
Yes, Connor and John looking for 2 new waves to come back. And during the break, John Florence found a gem of a wave, Pops.
Oh my goodness, look at that turn right there. No one does that turn better than John, and then straight into that. So a beautiful combination of major maneuvers. And well, he's going to need it. He's in a combo situation, looking for 15.35. The highest single score you can get is 10. So John looking for something special just to take the edge off it. Watch this bottom turn straight into this maneuver right here. No one does this as good as John. Look at the extension of the body, almost loses it, and then regains his balance to finish off that maneuver straight into a little reverse right there. Some unbelievable technique from John. This is going to get himself right back in the mix. He's looking to try and rival something in that 8-point range. Joan Duru, 8.17, single highest score of the heat so far. Judges coming through now, Joe. Not quite, but it's got him back in the heat.
Pete and Strider for the quick update as we get back into live action. Rider-up Joan Duru will stuff this whitewater section with a quick climb. A little down carve wrap. Meanwhile, behind him, Coffin pulls in. He's got some room to move out the back. Avoids that oncoming section.
From Connor, definitely needed that. Look at the angle. This is kind of the angle where the judges are. So completely disappeared, came out, and then just a down carve. So not really much on offer after that. It's not going to be huge. Why? Because you could see him pretty much the whole way. Joan Duru, this wave a little fat, so I don't think this is going to factor into his top two. Needing to replace a 717, so that's a big ask for Joan Duru. Still plucking away though. That's what you got to do, Joe. Just keep that momentum going. A little foam climb right there. Board is catching a little bit off the bottom. I think he's trying to overpower his turns a little bit. Obviously, definitely amped up, but right behind him, Connor. See how he sort of disappeared beautifully, but you can still see that the nose of the board there, so not really deep, not that critical.
Jumping to get this one underway. Connor blew the scale open with this one during the free surf and a magical left-hand barrel here at Hossegor.
Yeah, Rosie said this morning on the Dawn Patrol that was about a 12 out of 10. I think it was every bit of it, that's for sure. That was a long barrel.
The Eddie in every other contest in the world. It was what an amazing way to kick off the year. Here's Florence now. Driving through a wide open pit. John Florence styles his way out of that barrel. Looking for a 7.98.
What he saw here was an opportunity to get barrel, and that's all he wants to do. He mentioned that at the press conference. Look at this, deep barrel, disappears, and then sneaks out the end right there. So Connor with a 617 on his barrel. That one definitely better. A bigger, more challenging wave as he drives through the section here, backdoors it, and then manages to sneak out the end there. Just perfect timing. Looking for a 7.98, so it's up near that excellent range, Joe. This is Connor's in comparison, a little bit smaller. Nice and clean though. That was an easier exit for Connor. With a little bit of a down carve. Scores dropping, Joe.
Judges reward the Hawaiian an 8.73 on that shack. Came out with the spit, nice and deep and critical. Florence finally getting the lead change. Duru down to second. Connor to third. Connor needs a 9.93. Duru needs a 7.94. Amazing performance from world number one, John Florence, who able to steal that one off the wild card with a big tube, and now he'll throw a huge full rotation to celebrate after the heat. Remember that run for John a couple years ago when he had the semifinal in Tahiti, heat of the year with Kelly, lost in a tiebreak, improved to a final at lowers, and then won this contest. This is his favorite time of the year to shine, and Florence matches Medina with big wins to move on into round 3.